All right. Out of all the movies and TV shows that you have seen, you have watched, you have loved, what universe would you want? Like, what movie would you want to live in? Like, what universe would you want to
I
live in?
don't I don't know if I could pick. There's too many.
There's too many.
Harry
I
Potter is an obvious choice.
just be a wizard.
Yeah, I mean, being a wizard would
You're a
be.
wizard, Parker.
Being a wizard would be amazing.
It would have its ups and downs, I guess.
Well, okay, so if
I'd
you're
be more
not
of a
like,
chill wizard. I wouldn't
yeah,
like try
if
to be Voldemort.
no, if you're not Harry Potter, like getting in the mix and everything, and you're just like a normal ass wizard, just doing your wizard
You want to be
job.
average Joe though.
Yeah,
You want to be one of those guys like, you know what? I'll join Voldemort's group. He seems nice.
no. I want to be like, I mean, if I was gonna go do it, like obviously, Hogwarts professor is like, well, I guess we're American, so there is an American wizarding school.
Yeah, with the movies that came before, which I can't remember.
The uh, Fantastic
There
Beasts.
you go.
So it's like there is an American wizarding school.
But I'd rather be in the British one. Just
I
because
mean,
they have more movies.
yeah, I mean, well, I don't want to be in the movies. The movies, there's always shit going on.
Well, in the universe, I mean, universe.
Yeah, like I would just want to be like a regular wizard. Just like I want to be like being an auror would be cool. So like a you know what an auror is?
Remind me.
So it's like a wizard kind of cop. Like they hunt dark wizards.
Oh yeah.
So you'd be like a
That'd be sick.
like a cop or like wizard FBI.
Dude. Yeah, that would be sick because that was in Fantastic Beasts, right? Where they had the cops in that one, or did they have the cops in Harry Potter? They had cops in Harry Potter.
Yeah, they had aurors in Harry Potter. Like Mad Eye Moody's a Harry it was an auror.
Yeah,
And
I'd
Harry ends up becoming an auror.
I'd want to be
Like being an auror would be cool. Like I would do that. I just want to get up, go to work, hunt dark wizards, come home to my wizard wife,
Yep.
and just do everything with magic.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you don't even have to clean. You don't even
No,
have
you
to
just
cook.
done.
I
You're bang
let's watch some
done.
TV real quick.
Yeah. Um. So I would say Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, obviously.
Lord of the Rings is cool.
I mean, I want to live in the Shire and just farm
Oh, dude, hell yeah.
and just
Yeah,
chill.
that'd be like the most peaceful life.
Yeah, or like live over like in Rivendell.
Just
with the
eat as much
elves.
as you want.
Yeah,
Mm.
for sure.
All the sweets in the world you have.
Ooh, man.
But
You got what are your like?
side note on Lord of the Rings? Man, I'm so bad with names. But the guy that has a ring, the one that
Sauron, the
no,
bad guy.
no. He's the good guy. Tries to throw away the ring, but he can't because
Oh, Frodo.
Frodo, dude. We watched it this last December. I just got pissed off at him.
Oh,
He's
Frodo.
very annoying.
Frodo's a bitch.
I really
Yeah, Frodo.
second time around watching the series.
No,
I'm not
Frodo.
gonna watch it.
Oh,
again
Frodo
for a
is
while.
the worst character in all of it.
I mean, I get it because he's carrying the ring. He has so much stress,
Right.
but like, dude,
You know what I just put together? How big are you into Harry Potter?
barely because I just watched the series.
Okay, so you know how like spoilers. You know how in seven, seven and eight, the movie seven and eight, they're wearing the locket and it's a Horcrux,
Yes.
and how it's like it just drags them down.
Yeah.
Is that a like direct correlation to like Frodo carrying the ring in Lord of the Rings?
That'd be right.
It has to be
How many Horcruxes were there?
seven.
How many rings were there? Wasn't there 7?
No, there's a lot more than that. There's
In the Frodo's ring group, wasn't there 7?
no, he in the Fellowship. They're just carrying the one ring. So that was the one ring. The ring they're carrying was the one ring. So that was the one ring to rule them all.
Multiple. Oh yeah.
Okay, so like there's nine. There's 9 rings to men, 7 to elves,
Yeah.
like 3 to the dwarf lords.
7 to elves,
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
I know for sure there was 9 to the men because they're the ring race Nazgul. There's 9 of them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but then there's the one ring that Sauron created in secret that controls all the other rings.
Mm-hmm.
So like controls all the other ring bearers. And so then the one ring Isildur. I guess we want to go down the rabbit hole
Yeah.
here. Then Isildur, Isildur, Isildur.
You read the books, right?
I've read the Hobbit and then the first book.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm like, but I watch the movies like multiple times a year, every year.
Great movies, great fantasy.
So like that's like a staple in the family.
Yeah.
Like anytime we're together, even if we don't just sit down and watch them, they're just on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So you pick shit up. So like then Isildur kills Sauron, takes the ring. Mm-hmm. He's on his way back to wherever he lived, Gondor or something like that. Yeah. I think it was Gondor. Gets jumped by orcs, dies. Ring falls in the river, yeah. Right? Yeah. So then Smeagol finds it later. And now this is all thousands of years.
Kills his friend.
Yeah, kills his friend, takes it for like has it for hundreds of years, and it just morphs his body. And so then the Hobbit, they're going to the Lonely Mountain to retake the Lonely Mountain from Smaug, so that Thorin Oakenshield and company can reclaim their kingdom. Mm-hmm. And so then on that route, they cut through a mountain, and then he finds Gollum, and then they do the riddles and stuff, and he had found the ring, and so that's how he tricks Gollum, because it's riddles back and forth, and then he goes, "What's in my pocket?" And it's the ring, but then Gollum didn't know he had lost the ring. Yeah. And so that's how it gets up, like winds back around to Frodo. Yeah. Because then Bilbo had it for like decades. And that's why he lived so long. That's why Gollum lived so long. Gollum was like 500 something years old. Yeah. And so that's how he lived so long. So that's how Frodo gets it. And then
we go through the whole chase.
Yeah, goes through the whole thing. I mean, great stuff. I got to read the other books.
That's big books, right?
Not horrible.
I would have to listen to them. I can't sit down and read. I have to like listen and just do something.
Yeah. I mean, the second Lord of the Rings was probably going to be the next book that I read. But I want to get a good copy of the Lord of the Rings, because I have like the shitty movie copies. Yeah. So it's like the movie version. So it's like it has like the actor that played Frodo on the front, has the actor that played like Legolas on the front. So like they're really bad.
It's just and like video games that come after movies.
Yeah, they're like falling apart. Like I got them at a used bookstore because I just wanted them so bad. But I might get rid of those and get like a nice copy of the Lord of the Rings. Yeah. So I mean, I do. I really enjoy it. But how do we get on that?
Frodo, the universe.
Frodo's a bitch. Yeah. But yeah, so that's like, so I was saying, but Frodo is by far the worst character in the whole series.
Yeah, I hate it because he just cries and whines the whole time.
But I didn't start a timer. Let me do that real quick.
All right. Well, I mean, getting back to our topic, I mean, that would be pretty badass.
But then what I was saying, sorry, I don't want to cut you off. But what I was saying is like, is the link there? Like, because whenever Harry, Ron, and Hermione are having to carry the Horcrux locket, it just weighs them down, and they get real bitchy.
Yeah, because they go on the.
So is that a direct?
What came first?
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was written in like the 30s. Well,
really?
The Hobbit was written in the 30s. Lord of the Rings might have been like the 50s. Yeah, and then Harry Potter came out in like the 90s. 90s and 2000s.
That would make sense.
Was The Hobbit in 1937?
Harry Potter in 1997 when it first came out.
Was The Hobbit in 1937? Can you check me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's like she just kind of copped that from.
Yeah, 1937. There you go.
So you know how I know that? Because in Captain America, I don't know, it's Captain America, the Avengers or whatever. Well, so you know how Bucky and are you up on like? I really only watched the Infinity Saga, so that's like Iron Man 1 to Avengers Endgame. Have you watched all of those?
I think so.
Okay, so you know how like obviously Captain America like frozen in the ice comes back 7 years later. Yeah. Well, then Bucky was the Winter Soldier, and he comes back like because the Russians had kept him alive or the Soviets had kept him alive for so long, used him as like a weapon. Mm-hmm. He's alive, right? Well, they were talking about like cultural things, and then somebody brought up The Hobbit, and he's like, "Oh, I read that," and they're like, "How?" He's like, "Yeah, I read it in 1937 when it first came out." So that's how I remember that.
It's a great way to remember.
But I think the the ring and like the Horcrux, those have to be connected. Like that's too big of a thing.
It would have to be the Harry Potter is connected to that.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a thing.
I wonder if like they had to get that. No, because it's a whole different story, a
It's a
whole
whole different
different
thing.
thing. So I mean,
But maybe you
they
could
wouldn't
take
have
like
to
it's
get
just a
copyright.
literary element that they
Yeah,
took from
I
that
mean, I'm not surprised.
she might have taken from Lord of the Rings.
I mean, I'm sure there's more books and there's more stories of that nature, right? Because you have Arthur and the sword. You know what I mean? Like King Arthur and the sword. Did that weigh him down, kind of thing, or
I don't know. I haven't read it. I haven't read any of that.
I haven't read it either, so I'm just kind of pulling out of
Yeah.
thin air.
But I'm wondering if that's like a direct
It's got to be.
correlation. But then
Yeah.
what universes would you live in?
So I've heard this question from like my coworkers, and
Yeah.
I said Forrest Gump.
That's
Why?
just America.
Yeah, because I still love America, but I love that time zone of Forrest Gump
Like
and
the
like all
20th
the
century.
craziest events that happened
Yeah.
because
So you
that's
just
like
want to
the coolest events.
you just
I
want to
don't
be
know.
born in like the 40s.
Yeah, because like he, yeah, dude. Because I mean, like all like the coolest things happened in American history. I mean, there's stuff going on right now, but like I just really enjoy like that. Freaking the Vietnam War, which is like crazy. Him
Yeah.
being living through that. Um, Having Elvis at his house, at
Yeah.
his childhood
Playing
home,
football for Alabama.
playing football for like
Yeah.
the state of the art Alabama, when it was
Uh-huh.
like most known for, you know,
Yeah.
just
No,
being
yeah, that'd
a
be cool.
freak
Well, I guess
athlete, being a millionaire at the end of your life,
I could
just
probably
mowing lawns,
so something more practical.
living in a southern. Obviously, it used to be a plantation house.
Yeah. So something a more practical universe I didn't think about.
I mean, a lot of people said like something like a Marvel universe kind
Yeah.
of stuff. I don't know.
I mean, that's
I'm
like
good.
cuz now they like in Marvel like they kind of got down to like they're trying to like cuz all this stuff happened like big superhero battles, right, in New York City.
Yeah.
Well, then it's like in Spider-Man Homecoming. Do you remember this? Have you seen Spider-Man
Yeah.
Homecoming? So you know how like the Vulture, he's like a waste disposal guy. Like they clean up all the rubble from like the superhero battles that happen.
Yeah.
Well, it's like so now they're actually like they get down to like okay, there's all these big grand superhero battles, but then there's like small story like these guys like they pick up junk from the battles. But it's like
Yeah.
now it's like all the superhero battles just kill like millions of people. Like 12 million people or something in New York like died during
Yeah.
that battle for New York. And then like with like the snap, like five what is it, like 3 or 4 billion
Yeah.
people got snapped. So it's like I don't want to fucking live in that
Yeah.
universe.
Just being an average Joe in that universe.
I just turn into dust.
Like turn on the you're just living in Kansas, but like you turn on the news, like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Another superhero movie fighting in New York.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to live in New York.
Yeah, it's just it sounds terrible.
Either way, I would never want to live in a big city like that.
I couldn't do it.
Maybe visit for a weekend. Nothing longer than a week.
Everybody's always like, I want to go to New York. And I'm like, why?
No, I don't want to. I
Why?
don't want to.
Like there's I mean, no offense to like homeless people, but they're like everywhere. Some of them are very belligerent,
Yes.
like shitting in the roads.
Yes.
Like there's rats the size of cats.
Dude, there's New York City rats are different. They're just built different.
There's
little tanks.
There's billions of
They
them.
probably kill the cat.
Yes, like they're terrible.
Rat King over there.
I literally saw a video of a rat killing a pigeon. Like it's terrible.
I mean, rats they're pretty much like little beaver. I mean, they're rodent, but they're like little beavers with their little like two front teeth. And,
yeah,
they can
no,
really chew into stuff.
I don't do.
I'm good on
I don't do rodents.
We drove by New York this last summer when we went to Cape Cod.
Yeah,
and
it's just too much.
Dude, it was yellow. Like the sky was yellow.
Smog. It's disgusting.
It was disgusting.
You have to walk everywhere.
I mean, it was cool to see the skyline, cool, tall towers, whatever.
Like it doesn't entice me.
I did not want to go in it.
Like I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to Los Angeles.
Imagine the traffic.
You have to walk,
dude,
or take public transportation.
The stories I've heard of Los Angeles traffic, insane.
Like 4 hours on the 405, you're
Insane,
stuck
easy.
there.
Yeah.
Like, why would you drive anywhere?
Why would you want to live, especially in a big city like Los Angeles or that area, or like California, bigger cities where like you're just getting gas and you have a chance to get robbed. Think
Yeah, or
about
just
that.
murdered.
Yeah, or fucking yeah, killed for your car
Like
for
big
like
big
maybe
cities are
five
like
thousand dollars.
inherently dangerous.
Yeah. So
Like
I don't know why
I'm
the
much
call
more.
is for living in a big city.
I guess just probably more opportunity than smaller towns. Which I get, but I mean,
I get it, but
I would much rather live in a smaller town.
I'd rather take a lower pay in a
Mm-hmm.
safer area
Uh,
than a bigger pay, than more
well,
of a
and then the
chance to get
cost of
burgled.
living in those places
And
is obscene.
like one bedroom apartment,
Like
like
yeah, like 3,000 a month or something like that.
just ridiculous.
Like why? Well, like where we live, you can get a 1 bedroom apartment for like 600-700 bucks a month.
Easily.
Like I'm living in a house for 800 bucks a month.
Yeah,
Like
two bedroom,
yeah,
one bath.
like a nice sized house.
Yeah,
Split
have your
it,
own
400 bucks a piece.
easily.
Like why? I would much rather do that. Your money goes so
Like
much further.
I get it in some situations, maybe you don't have the money to move, but at some point, if I was stuck in that situation and I see us here
Yeah,
with this living expenses, and
yeah.
you can easily live on your own,
Mm-hmm.
get a job
Mm-hmm.
wherever,
Mm-hmm.
live here. I would take out a loan if I was in New York. I would take out a loan and move. Like a loan just enough for me to like pack up my bags
I
and
feel like
bounce.
if you can live in like New York City, like and make it by, you could probably just pick up and move to like where we live and just thrive.
Yeah, that's true. Well, easily.
Yeah, I mean your money just goes like your rent would be just like a fraction of what it was. Like I have a friend that lives in Wichita, and he's like, I told him how much I was paying to live in this house, and he was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And he lives in Wichita.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was just like, "That's insanely
Well,
cheap."
I think Arkansas out of the 50 states, it's
Yeah.
like bottom five. Like
Oh, we're like,
living expense. I want to say
well, I
like
think it's just
second.
because like we're like one of the poorest states in the nation. You need to look that up. Like we're
One
like
of the poorest states. I don't think we're the poorest states. I think you know what? Maybe you're right.
oh no,
I don't.
it's like
Well, I mean,
us and
what do you
like
say about
Mississippi.
what do you say about poorest? Like over. I mean,
Like everybody's poor. Like the state average income is like probably one of the lowest in the nation, and we're like one of the least educated states.
that makes sense.
I
Well,
do I do want to preference that we are not from Arkansas.
yeah.
Preface,
Preface.
but I guess that's not a bad thing.
That's
I
true.
like
What
Arkansas.
you're Oklahoma. We already. I mean, we already
Yeah,
talked about
I'm
this. This is
Oklahoma,
Kansas.
Kansas, but I
Kansas.
love Arkansas.
You can't. I don't know why Arkansas is more. Like the expenses are more because where we live is in a great, beautiful, rolling hills,
Yeah.
trees.
So you
Like
think it should cost more?
I think it should cost more because you go up to Kansas, east side or sorry, west side of Kansas, like just flat,
Yeah.
just flat, a couple trees here and there, nothing.
Well, I think there's
But
probably more people in Kansas.
now we can look at the population too.
There's got to be more people in Kansas.
Poorest states updated.
It's like us, Mississippi.
What does this mean? Top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Yeah, top. So it's like,
So yeah, I'm gonna guess this is income, like a household income kind of
yeah,
thing. But
probably.
Mississippi is the
Yeah.
least. West Virginia, Louisiana, then us.
Okay.
52.
Yeah. We're
50,
52?
52,000. Sorry,
Oh.
52,000. I'm gonna guess it. What is it? Yeah. Medium household income. There you go.
What's Mississippi?
48,716.
Oh. I
West
mean,
Virginia,
wait,
51,000. West Virginia's a pretty state too.
the median income is 52 in Arkansas?
Mhm.
I'd love to be making $52,000.
That's what I'm saying. Because like, if you get at least 50 in both you and your spouse
Mm-hmm.
or whoever you're living with, whatever you enjoy. Uh, anyways, 50 here in Arkansas, you're living pretty lavish.
I mean,
Especially Mississippi.
unless if you're over by like Fayetteville or down in Little Rock, like that's gonna be a lot more expensive. If you're over by
Bigger city. You
like
don't
yeah,
live in a bigger
I mean,
city.
if you're over by Fayetteville, like it's gonna be expensive, but you make more money. So I'm saying it's like the median being 50. That means there's probably people making like $12,000 a year because there's people in Arkansas making millions. And there's billionaires that live in Arkansas.
Dude, Bentonville, the guy that made started Walmart
Yeah,
was in Bentonville, and I guess at one time he was like the richest man in America,
mm-hmm.
driving like a truck, just like a beat up
Was it the
truck.
Waltons, like Sam Walton, the
Yeah,
Waltons?
yeah,
He lives down. They live down in Florida now. I don't even think they live over here
yeah.
anymore.
I mean, I wouldn't live in Florida personally because that is one big peninsula. But like,
Yeah,
what if like some mess like a hurricane? There's one big highway that gets you out of
I
Florida,
wouldn't.
and it takes you 12 hours from top
I
to
wouldn't
bottom.
live in Florida. I'll visit Florida.
Yeah,
Like I like going to Florida. I mean, I like
I'd
going.
visit.
I like going to.
I mean, we visited
I like going to
this last
Orlando.
this year. Yeah, I mean, we flew into Orlando.
I mean, go to Universal, go to Disney World. I'll go to Florida. I don't
Yeah,
want to live in Florida.
busy,
It's busy.
busy area.
It's
The
hot all
whole
the
yeah,
time.
and it's gonna sink years.
Yes,
It's gonna sink,
Miami's like flooding
dude.
because
Miami,
it's the water levels are rising.
yeah, it's like a third world country over there because the ground over there is just turning into swamp, and so
Well,
a
and
lot
then
of the
it's like
buildings are just sinking into the ground.
the city itself will literally just flood like nightly,
Yeah,
and so it has to drain out. I mean, I wouldn't personally live in Florida. If you live in Florida, like, I mean, if you like it, that's also that's just not my cup of tea.
dude, and they're
I'm
taking
not trying to shit on Florida.
yeah. I mean, Florida's awesome.
It's great.
Great weather,
All vacation.
all good stuff there. A lot of football going on there.
All vacation.
A lot of good vacationing. You got beaches,
Yeah.
whatever. But Florida is supposed to be a big swamp.
Yeah.
We
Well,
they're taking away a lot of the swamp down there, which is not good. And they're putting dams there, which is not good for the environment,
yeah.
which builds up water.
Biology guy.
Yeah, which builds up the water, makes it dirtier, and so that means a lot more animals are dying.
Yeah.
Also, anacondas or not?
Yeah.
Is it anaconda?
Yeah. Pythons.
Yeah, pythons.
Anacondas.
Dude,
Pythons.
it's
I
getting
bet it's got
bad.
it all.
It's getting
It's
bad.
got gators.
Yeah, now they're paying. They're either paying people to kill.
There's like bounties out on
Yeah.
pythons.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast on Joe Rogan and then this python killer. It is really hard to find a python there, like out in the wild in the swamp, because they like live in the swamp. Like
Yeah.
they'll dig in like little.
There's just crazy shit going on in Florida. Like the Everglades,
It's
gorgeous,
insane.
terrifying.
Yeah,
Terrifying.
You have to be in a boat. I would not swim. There was a few summers ago, for 2 summers in a row, I did mussel, like freshwater mussel.
Yeah.
Looking around in Kansas, and I was afraid for snapping turtles, whatever, you water snakes, whatever. But like they're more afraid of you than they are of you, or than you, whatever.
I
They
don't
always
know.
shy away.
I don't know.
But there was
Pretty scared.
job opportunity for that same thing in Florida, where you are just swimming around in murky water, you're looking for fresh water, whatever,
Just grabbing shit.
dude. Like crocodile, dude. There's crocodiles going like adventuring up into,
Well, are they crocodiles or are they alligators?
dude. Like it's Cayman. Like there's been sightings of it's either a crocodile or
Crocodiles
is
are
it a
like
Cayman?
crocodiles are like
I know. There's salt water. Crocodiles.
so
are
that's like
saltwater.
they're like Africa and Australia.
Yes, but like
There's
South America
there's
as well.
caimans. Yeah, caimans are from South America. Are they swimming up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like
That's
a
actually
small rare population.
That's actually a tangent I want to go on.
Yeah, there's actually a small. I'm pretty sure there's a little population that's starting to pop up. Yeah, it's an exotic species in Florida, although it's become established southeastern part of the state. Cayman are natural to the Central and South America. Yeah, so they're natural there, and it sounds like, yeah, and their distribution to Florida will probably remain confined to the South Florida because they cannot tolerate cold temperatures.
Okay.
Anyways, but like I bet you people are like, you know what, Cayman crocodile would be fucking. Oh, this is common. Anyways, but like they're finding those kind of crocodiles in
Yeah.
Florida, which is scary as fuck.
Yeah. I get past this yawn. Okay, so you're bull sharks.
Yes,
I'm like
they can go to freshwater as
I'm
well.
like so like mucusy.
Yeah, dude, it's Arkansas, like with the allergies.
I'm gonna be clear. I'm just gonna just right in the mic the whole time. I mean, I'm just
I'm
anyway.
sure. I mean, sure, it'll be fine. I got a
Anyway,
little
so bull
napkin.
sharks can go in freshwater, swim up the Mississippi River. I'm
And
pretty
like,
sure like you'll find them in like river systems and like lakes and stuff, like
mm-hmm,
way up, like way up into America.
mm-hmm.
I think that's a thing.
Yeah, dude.
Can you look that up?
Yeah, this is like one of those things. Um, like one of those things that like got me into biology, like cool, like animal stuff like this.
Yeah,
Like just watching Steve Irwin, dude. You
yeah.
go
You
to
see?
it,
Are you into like
go
that
to it.
Florence? What's that guy's name? Florence. Shit. You know what I'm talking about? He's on Joe Rogan a lot. Florence, like someone with a G.
It sounds familiar.
He's like an animal dude, and he travels around, kind of doing Steve Irwin type shit.
Oh, I know. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like he'll just go do crazy shit with animals. But you know who Coyote Peterson is?
So they can Coyote Peterson. That sounds super
He
familiar.
lets himself get like stung and bit by shit to see how much it hurts. He wears a goofy hat.
Yeah, didn't he get bit by a snap? Yeah, I watched him
Yeah.
YouTube video. Yeah, he got bit.
He lets himself get
Alligator, uh,
snapping turtle.
snapping
He
turtle.
lets
Let him
himself get
bite
like
him.
he lets himself get bit by shit or stung by stuff.
Uh,
He's crazy. He did bullet ants, all sorts of stuff.
bullet ants would hurt.
But so
Yeah, that guy's insane.
what's the furthest a bull shark has swam up a river?
Bull sharks are known to travel far up rivers and have been known to travel up the Mississippi River as far as Alton, Illinois, which is 700 miles from the ocean. Dude,
Imagine
come
you're
on.
swimming in a lake in Illinois.
Come on.
You're swimming in a lake in Illinois and there's a fucking shark.
Because, like, fish love to swim against the current. That is a big fish swimming against the current.
Yeah.
And if it goes, like, let's just say that this lake overflows just because of heavy rains, whatever. I bet you, like you said, easily swimmed up in a lake,
There
lives
might
there, just eating all the carp,
well
eating all the. It's
there
pretty
might
good.
be there might be a bull shark just in a lake and like there's probably sharks in like the Great Lakes.
Yeah, there's sharks in the Great Lakes. I'm pretty sure there is.
Are there?
I'm pretty sure there is.
Because they connect to the ocean, don't they?
I mean, everything flows out to the ocean, evaporates up, comes back in.
Okay, but like
Rains come in, so
right, well they're not. There aren't sharks raining from the sky like how like
I don't know, Sharknado, bro.
yeah.
You ever heard of
But so
that?
like do they like is there like a direct like river access like big river access from the Great Lakes to the ocean?
Yeah, I think so.
Because wasn't isn't there like a naval presence in the Great Lakes,
A naval
like
presence?
U.S. Navy or like back like when the British were in control? Like wasn't the British Navy like in the Great Lakes? Weren't there naval battles in the
I'm
Great
not
Lakes?
surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be
Or were
surprised.
they building the ships and then sticking them in the Great Lakes and they're just stuck in the Great Lakes? Or are they sailing them into the Great Lakes? And then are all the Great Lakes connected to each other?
Yeah,
Or are they completely separate?
from this map, they're all connected.
Okay. Is there a way to
Let me
get out
find
to
it.
the ocean?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, yeah, but I don't know about like a huge, big boat because you have Niagara Falls. But if there's like a big Mississippi River kind of river going, because there's a bay on the east coast that comes from the Great Lakes.
Okay.
It's a it flows out into.
So there has to be a way to get a boat into the Great Lakes from the ocean. So there has to be a way to get sharks in the Great Lakes. Are there sharks in the Great Lakes? Can we confirm that?
Since shark bodies are resistant to adaptation to freshwater, there have been no shark sightings in the Great Lakes.
Even a bull shark? I thought
The
they can do
only
saltwater.
reports
I mean, I thought they can do
contacts
freshwater.
have been dead shark bodies being discovered on the lake shore on occasion.
I think it's people dumping sharks,
So they're either dumping them or they finally get up there through these river systems
and they die.
and then they die because there's no salt water at some point.
Interesting.
That's what I'm gonna guess.
Because they can do. Can bull sharks really do full on freshwater? Or does it have to be like brackish?
I think at a certain point they gotta turn around. I've definitely learned about this, but it's been too far out of my brain.
Yeah.
Or in my brain that I can't remember.
So I guess back to it. Was Forrest Gump your? That's like your choice.
Yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed zombie movies, right? I've always enjoyed zombie
Why would you
shows.
want to live in a zombie universe?
Because, like, I don't know, killing zombies, living out on your own, always had like
Like you want to live in The Walking Dead.
a romantic kind of thing going on.
You want to
there.
live. You want to live in The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead's pretty gruesome.
I mean, that's
Let's
post-apocalyptic zombie world, man. You're gonna be doing some pretty fucked up shit.
Yeah, peaceful universe. I'm going into Forrest Gump because at the end,
Forrest Gump wasn't peaceful.
You have a cool ass life. He survives everything.
Forrest Gump wasn't
Goes
peaceful.
To the coolest shit. At the end, he invested in Apple stock, and he doesn't have to fucking work anymore. He can mow as many lawns.
He got his ass shot off in Vietnam. That's not peaceful.
Something shot, baby.
But so it's like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with Forrest Gump, but I mean, what's your backup?
That's hard because like my top movies. Oh, I mean, I guess this can be in the future, but Ready Player One was one of my other ones that I would definitely go into just because the high tech kind of thing without the bad stuff that goes on, big corporations, whatever.
Just I mean, cut Ready Player One's hard for me because it's like they're just all living in like VR. I feel like I'm shutting you down. I'm not trying to shut you down.
You're just really killing me here.
I'm not trying to shut you down. Like I like your choices, but I just want to like.
This is really narrowing my choice down. Though.
Jumper's cool, so you want to be able to jump.
Jumper, I think would be.
You want to be able to jump.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
I need to rewatch that movie. I don't think I've seen that movie since it came out.
Great movie. I've watched it a few times. So
okay, but Jumper would be cool. Would you be good jumper or bad jumper? Like, would you be Robin Banks type of jumper?
I mean, you have to, but I guess I say that then. Maybe just do a couple banks and then just kind of chill out.
just a couple banks.
Just a couple banks.
Just a couple.
You need a little bit extra money. Just like still.
Who was the good jumper in that? Who was the actor?
There was no good jumpers.
I thought they were all good jumpers. No, I thought one of them was a good jumper, and he didn't want to get in with the bad jumpers. Because isn't it like Jamie Bell and like Hayden Christensen are like?
No, I'm pretty sure they're all bad jumpers, and they have the police force to attack that jumping because it's like outlawed or whatever, and they don't want it. There's no good jumpers because there's these guys. Like if they find out if you're a jumper, like what?
That doesn't mean you're a good jumper or a bad jumper. That just means that they're afraid. That means they're like racist towards jumpers. They're prejudiced towards jumpers.
Yeah, but the good jumper that lived under what is this Sphinx?
Yeah,
he wasn't a good jumper because like he stole all that stuff and like he just lived under the Sphinx in like this cool lab that obviously isn't real. But obviously, I would try to be a good jumper. Well, the main character, if you had that superpower, would you really?
Was he? He was stealing stuff on his own, right?
Yeah.
And then other jumpers found him. Is that what it was? And then there was a Jumper beef.
Dude, it's been a while.
I mean, I haven't seen it. When the movie came out, like 2007. I probably haven't seen it since like 2007.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
Jumper would be cool. I mean, I would jump.
Well, I mean, in that world, you have normal people, and then you have jumpers, and like jumpers is pretty rare. But like
Yeah.
people, the people that were prejudiced against them. I want the overview. Yeah, 2008. You're close.
Yeah. Probably haven't seen it since like around then.
That's such a good movie. It came out at like good time too.
Okay, so
You're gonna. I mean, people are getting 15 on Rotten Tomatoes. Come on.
click on that. Click on that. That's something interesting. That's the critic score. What's the audience score?
44%.
Still not good.
So only 172 reviews for Rotten Tomatoes or Tomato. Then 250,000 for audience score.
Okay.
44%.
I gotta check. Sorry, this is just right. I gotta do this right in the middle of the thing. I'm sorry.
You're good. Yeah, dude.
I mean, Jumper's like, okay, so we go down that road. What,
Oh, was it him or do you remember the Time movie? I would not want to live in this universe. Not want to live in this universe.
oh,
Where you have the time clock on
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
forearm
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when you turn
Time's a
21.
currency.
Yeah. That one, crazy concept.
What is that called? Time's up? No.
Definitely not times up.
Time out? In time. In time is what it's called.
Yes. Oh, it was Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. I would live in that world if I was rich on time.
It wasn't the thing trying to kill the rich people kind of thing because they lived so long. Wasn't that the thing in it?
Oh, is that like you saying that's like the point they're trying to make, like eat the rich type of thing?
Yeah, like if you're rich, you have too much money, and so you just live forever.
Yeah, like that. So the thing, yeah, so like you stop aging at 25,
Yeah,
and then so like everybody's like they're like the chick like that Justin Timberlake is like dating, like on the run with, like her dad has like 3,000 years of time.
and how did they meet each other? I need to rewatch these movies because
That one's a good like dystopian movie.
dude, great. This one was 2011. There was a time period, like I want to say like 2000 to maybe 2015. Great movies came out during that time period. Like great.
What's like your favorite movie of all time?
That's a hard question. Like I've talked to like multiple people about this, but like that's hard because there's so many different types of
Can you give
movies.
me like three, like just three?
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump's like in your list.
Yeah, it's in my list. And then uh it's a Will Smith movie. It's another zombie movie.
Oh, I Am Legend.
I
Well,
really enjoy those
you
two
did the
ones.
book. Is the book or the
Yeah,
movie better?
book
Okay.
because it goes more in depth
Yeah.
and like the zombies can talk and try to hoax you out instead
Yeah.
of like trying to fight you.
Yeah.
Um, Man, I had a list for a while, but those two were definitely in my top five.
Okay.
But there was a movie that really surprised me not too long ago.
Like I watch really good movies and like movies that like impact me, and then I like months go by and I just forget about it.
Yeah.
Like I like when you watch, sometimes when you watch a movie, it's like a really like it's like an experience. Like man,
Yes.
that movie moved me.
Yeah.
And then you sleep a couple times and you're like, man, what fucking movie was that?
Yeah. What happened?
Like why can't I remember what movie that was? But like there's been some movies that really like fucking just hit me. Like, did you watch Nomadland? Where it's the lady living in the van? That one,
Yeah, I watched
like
it the other day.
that one, like
That was
fucking,
good.
that one, like got me.
That was good. Uh, that one's good just because of the feeling of being free. Did I finish that one? I can't remember.
So that's based on a true story.
Yeah.
Like, cause there's like a group of people that live in vans like that and just travel around and do seasonal work and just do whatever. Like just do whatever.
Yeah. I would love that because you're not set to money. You're not set to
You're just doing it.
time. You're just going.
You're
You're
just
just
doing it.
enjoying time. I would love to do that. It would be really hard to break where I'm at now in my competitive nature, but
I don't.
it would be really hard to really do that. But I fantasize about that.
Yeah, in a different life, I would do that.
Yeah, if I was, yeah, if Sarah and I didn't have a kid like right
Yeah,
now, I would be like, let's just go,
yeah.
just get on and
Um.
go.
So Nomadland hit me really hard. I'm so mucusy, dude. It's like all right here,
Yeah.
and it just won't
Do you need
go.
to blow your nose?
No, I actually need to go like this way. Like just go.
Just get out of here.
No, because it's not up in here. It's like back like in here,
Yeah.
and it just won't go anywhere.
Dude, I hate allergies. I hate
It's the
it.
worst.
That's like my one Achilles heel
Yeah,
that really gets me sometimes. Sometimes I'll wake up just snot everywhere.
yeah,
And then I have to blow my nose all the time. We talk about it and my eyes get watery.
yeah. I mean,
Golly.
but like no, I don't know what's going on. This is wild. This is fucking wild. I mean, I'm not even like a big like blowing my nose kind of guy either. Like I hate blowing my nose. We're gonna cut this out,
If you want to. I mean, I raised my hand for it.
or we just let it ride.
I mean, would people want to hear you blowing nose?
I don't know.
Be pretty organic.
Yeah, do they want that?
Do they want? It could be like a ASMR kind of thing going.
I mean,
on.
we are doing like we're super low budget.
Super low budget.
Like we're just doing this.
I mean, I do have a day off tomorrow, so I can like kind of edit this out if we need to. But
we,
like,
we can just let it ride.
I think the people need
I would want this.
I would want the general conversation. I wouldn't want someone going to the restroom though.
You don't want you wouldn't want to hear me take a piss.
I mean, if we held a conversation, I bet you that would be kind of funny.
I mean, because they're hearing all of this.
Yeah, they're literally everything. But you know who is a good actor?
Who's that?
Great actor. I don't know how to say his first name. Is it Cillian
Go,
Murphy?
Killian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy. Great actor.
Have you seen The Wind That Shakes the Barley?
Uh-uh.
Got must watch Killian Murphy movie. It's about the Easter uprising or whatever in Ireland, like the start of their first civil war.
Shakes the barley, you said?
Wind That Shakes the Barley. That's a banger. I'm gonna have to have a snack too. Is that poor podcast etiquette?
No. Well, I mean, we're a YouTube thing going on, dude. But he plays such good, like that time.
He sells
period,
it, man.
And then he plays a really good. Because have you seen Shelby the Shelby?
Oh, Peaky
Mom?
Blinders.
Yes. Have you seen that show?
I'm not all the way caught up, but I've watched the majority of it.
I grinded it one time. At one time, I grinded four seasons of it in one weekend.
Are you caught up? Aren't
Yeah,
there like there's
I'm-
like is there 5 or 6 seasons?
I think 5.
I think I've only watched the first 4.
5 or 6. But he plays really well as like I'm sure he has an Irish accent in this, right?
Yeah,
And then in the Peaky Blinders, I mean, obviously English accent,
Birmingham. Yeah.
but he just plays like that kind of a character, kind of like a badass.
Well, have you seen Dunkirk?
Yeah,
He's
in that, right?
in Dunkirk. Yeah.
Great movie. Dunkirk. I enjoyed it.
I
Did
liked
you
it.
enjoy it?
It was okay.
I mean, because Harry Styles was in it.
I do like Harry Styles.
I enjoy him. I mean, I think there was a while where I was like, but now,
You think they're picking up all this crunching?
yeah, they gotta be.
Is this poor podcast etiquette?
What is podcast etiquette though? Has anyone defined that?
I'm sure.
At this point, is it a podcast, or are we just having a conversation?
Isn't that what a podcast is?
but video podcast, is that what we would call this?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, dude, we're on our second video. Second
We got two
video,
out.
we got 2 out. Finally
So
posted.
as of the recording of this, we have 2 out.
We have 2 out. As of the recording of this, we have
How
2
many do
out.
we have backlogged?
We have 1 backlogged. And I already forgot about it, but I already edited it. So like we're ready to go
So you want to do that next week?
next week if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So by the time we'll have 3 out by the time this one's out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have 3 out, and then I'll try to get some more shorts out of this one.
Okay.
This last
the
one,
before
whatever.
one, the third one, episode 2.
I mean, we gotta get TikTok figured out. But anyways, dude, great.
Are you a cashew guy?
I enjoy cashews. Yes, I enjoy nuts. I love nuts. Give me a good nut.
What's your favorite nut?
I love honey roasted peanuts. I love
peanuts in general. You're gonna take a peanut over like a cashew or like a pistachio.
I love pistachios.
Peanut is such
are we eating them natural? Are we eating them salted? Are we eating them just
lightly salted? They're all just lightly salted. No honey roasted, no flavors, just lightly salted.
I gotta go peanuts.
That's the most basic nut.
Peanut is my nut. I can't go away from that nut.
I mean, I gotta go cashew.
You gotta go with cashews. That's cashew, right?
You wanna try cashew?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
what is it? Whole. You just like it salted.
Just just salted cashew.
Dude, I love honey roasted peanuts. That's my.
I enjoy honey roasted peanuts.
I love pecans. I love.
Okay.
What do you call it?
Walnuts?
No, so not just the nut, but it's a honey roasted like pecan. You know what they do at fairs? Like you get a warm bag of
it's like a candied pecan.
Yeah, candied pecan.
Yeah.
Love pecan pie.
You say pecan?
Pecan.
You don't say pecan?
I love saying pecan better than pecan.
Okay.
Is pecan more southern?
Pecan's more in the south.
Is pecan northern?
Yeah.
No, see, that's good.
That's way better than a peanut.
It has a sweetness to it.
That's light years ahead of a peanut. Light years ahead of a peanut. A peanut is so fucking basic. You got to honey roast a peanut for it to be good.
I agree. Do they have cashew butter?
Yeah, they do cashew butter.
Isn't that? No, that's hazelnut.
They do almond butter.
Yeah.
What's your stance on an almond?
I enjoy almonds. I'll eat every nut. You know what I'm saying? Give me the nuts.
Just eating all the nuts.
Just give me it. What we need to do is like instead of a sparkling water kind of taste testing event, I think we need to do a nut tasting event. We can go on and on about nut, dude.
So what's your stance on pistachios?
So I'm trying to think of the word.
They're the green ones.
Then I'm trying to think of the shape, and then I'm trying to think of the taste in my mouth. Pistachios, yeah.
Like you got crack.
I love pistachios, but I hate the work for it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the opening of it.
I think that's part of the experience.
Opening of it, and then
it's part of the experience.
Oh, dude, I can't get it. My fingers hurt.
Well, sometimes.
What am I watching right now? I'm sorry. I'm on the Cillian.
Killian.
I did that for a long
time. I did that for a long time.
I'm very bad with grammar.
I did that for a long time. Dude. I did Cillian Murphy for a long time.
You know what the next movies that are going to be coming out? You've watched? Sorry. No, I'll stick with this. AI movies. I am for all of AI movies that are coming out now.
What do you mean, movies about AI?
Yes.
Or movies using AI?
Both. Anything about AI. So I mean,
Movies about AI.
AI and robots.
Okay.
So like, I mean, have you seen like you have iRobot obviously,
Obviously.
and then have you ever seen what is it? But it has Joaquin Phoenix in it, and it's an AI platform where you can talk
Her.
to it. Her.
Love her. Oh, her.
Great movie.
That's
You know
one.
what? Yeah, yeah.
That's one of my top movies. I've only watched it once, dude.
I really thoroughly enjoyed it, even though it got
That
weird at the
one,
end. But
that one, I watched it like did that come out in like 2013? Also, I'm kind of like borderline savant level with knowing when movies came out. 2013, right? Right. It's a thing.
also love his style in this movie. Great style.
I watched that. That came out when I was
me.
in high school, and
Yes.
we had HBO like cable. That was back when people were really into cable.
Mm-hmm. And going to the movies.
Yeah, and so HBO in bed pops up on HBO one night. Watched the entirety of it as like a high schooler.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I was just like blew my mind.
So there's a time in my life, like in high school and early college, where I would have free movies.
Free movies.
Like you like download it for free. Like
Oh, you're doing like 1, 2, 3 movies or something like that?
Yep, exactly. But like this movie, Fury. You watch
The Tank movie?
yeah, the tank movie. I would always
I thought that was
this
kind of.
one.
I thought that was kind of mid. If I'm being honest.
Really
Mm-hmm.
kind of hurt.
No, I love
you. I mean, I say that, but you are like a big war movie.
I'm a big war movie guy.
Big war guy.
Especially World War II.
Yeah.
That's like my bread and butter.
Maybe I'm just a big fan. I'm a really big fan of Brad Pitt. Right?
Love Brad Pitt.
And I'm a big fan of
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia freaking LaBeouf. I love
the cast in The Tank, right? I mean, you got Brad Pitt,
Mm-hmm.
Shia LaBeouf,
Mm-hmm.
John Bernthal,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got Michael Pena,
Mm-hmm.
and you got Logan Lerman.
Mm-hmm.
Love the concept.
Great.
But I felt like there was a lot of shortcomings in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
The extras, not great.
Yeah.
Wardrobe, not my favorite. Just the way some of the acting, some of the writing was kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
It overall enjoyed the movie, but I saw it in theaters 2014 when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Are you fact checking that?
2014.
Yeah, it came out in 2014, right?
Fucking hell, dude. What have you gotten wrong so far?
Name a movie.
I don't think you've gotten wrong.
Name a movie, and I try to tell you when it came out. I mean, don't be like a douche about it, but like
no, I'm trying to pick like something like you might like seriously know. The first Thor movie.
The first Thor movie?
Is that too much?
2011?
Damn.
Was it? Right?
Yeah,
it's a thing,
dude.
man. It's a thing.
Golly.
No, but I did think there were some shortcomings to Fury, but I liked the movie in general. I love Brad Pitt being in a World War II movie like that and Inglourious Bastards. I'm all about it.
I'll have to rewatch Inglourious Bastards, but at the time
I would watch
think I was too young to watch Inglourious Bastards.
No, I would watch
thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would watch that.
Talk.
I would watch it religiously. I would watch it over and over again.
I think it can't. I came into the movie thinking there was going to be a lot of fighting, a lot of blood and guts.
I mean,
but there wasn't as much as I wanted.
It's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yes.
So a lot of talking.
Now that I know that, I probably should rewatch it with more of an open mind. Like
also,
I do now.
2008.
You're off by 1 year. 2009.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Shit. Well, okay, I'm 99.9%.
Yeah, yeah. Was there an old Inglourious Bastards?
Yes.
Yep.
So it's a slight bit of a remake.
When's that one?
When was that one?
That one's gonna be a hard one. I don't know.
70s or the 80s?
In the 70s.
77?
78.
Damn.
I might have to watch that one. I feel like there's a lot of movies I just need to watch. And a lot. I love. Just really struggling right now. Just really
So
congested.
you want like a good old school like World War II movie you need to watch?
Yeah.
That's kind of in the vein of Inglorious Bastards.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch Dirty Dozen, and then you got to watch Kelly's Heroes.
Dirty Dozen.
Yeah, like pull people out of prison and stuff like that to do like Inglorious Bastards type shit.
1967. What was the other one? Dirty Dozen.
Kelly's Heroes. That's when they're doing like it's a tank crew and they're doing like a gold heist in like Italy in World War II. Badass. I grew up on that one.
Oh,
Clint Eastwood.
yeah.
Clint Eastwood, Donald Sutherland, Don Rickles. It's a badass cast.
I enjoyed Don Rickles. Oh, and then Carol O'Connor. Is his name?
I don't
Oh,
know.
Donald Sutherland.
Donald
Yeah,
Sutherland, yeah.
great guy.
Yeah.
Well, he most famous movie I know him in is a Battle Royale movie. It's a
Oh,
Battle
Hunger
Royale.
Games.
Yeah.
He plays Snow.
Mm-hmm.
But he was original MASH movie that the show was based on.
Mm-hmm.
He was in that.
Yeah.
No, I like Donald Sutherland. Big Donald Sutherland guy.
I think. Yeah, he has a good voice.
Mm-hmm.
Good voice. I'm trying to think what other. Yeah, just the whole Forsaken.
So what's your stance on like older movies? Like, will you watch a movie from like the 60s or 70s?
Mm-hmm.
Like that won't bother you?
No,
Some people that
me.
the picture quality bothers people.
Especially now if you've been handed and catered to with such great AI, such great visual effects, and then you go back to what there was.
Well, I grew up on like 70s
Older
and 80s movies.
Yeah, I did too. Because like sometimes like our parents would like get those older movies because that's like what
they watched,
and so they would want to.
So like I grew up watching
show us
like John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, you know, like all those type of movies.
I grew up watching John Wayne as well.
You know,
I have
Robert
a poster of
Redford.
John Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandpa was a huge John Wayne.
Yeah.
Huge John Wayne.
We talked about this. I don't think we have.
I don't think we've talked. We've probably talked about this like personally.
John Wayne, great. Always cowboy. I love the cowboy movies. I will watch.
So
all the
have you watched
movies.
Cowboys with John Wayne?
So I'm very bad with names.
So where it's him,
I bet you I have.
Where it's him like leading like a group of like kids as cowboys on like a cattle drive.
Yeah, I probably have.
That was a big one for me. So we used to have this is like throwback. So when I was a kid, we had a TV in the kitchen. Okay, but like think about it, when I was a kid, it's like we didn't have flat screen TVs. We had TVs with the big fucking boxes on the back, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like we had like a little TV like this big.
Mm-hmm.
In with a big box on the back. We tucked it in the corner of the kitchen, like because the counters came in like this, so we tucked it in the corner because it was dead space. And so I would pull up a stool right there and sit there in front of that TV and watch TV while my mom was doing stuff in the kitchen. And so that's where I watched Cowboys. And it was fucking that movie was just like boom.
Yeah, dude, I love memories like that.
Yeah,
I love fond kid memories.
Yeah, that one was good. That Cowboys is badass. Mm-hmm. Also, I mean, I hate to do it, John Wayne, not a good dude.
I kind of don't want you to ruin my view of John Wayne,
okay.
But what
I've done it.
What I know he smoked like so many packs.
No, I think he was like very like racist and misogynistic. Yeah, maybe abusive. I hate to do it.
No, don't say abusive.
I hate to do it. Are you gonna look it up now?
Yeah, I have to.
I hate to do it.
Now it gets to the point where if you are an actor or if you have gotten to the position where you get a lot of money, you are just gonna. What are we at? You are just gonna enhance what you really are. And now it makes me almost scared to get more money.
We're probably at like an hour.
So we're like 10 minutes.
I mean, I'll go. It's like 10:30. I'll go as long as you want.
Oh shit.
We talked a lot before we started recording. I'll go as long as you want, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I'm really in no rush to get to work in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't. I'll get up early anyways because I mean it's my day off. So
Yeah.
but I love getting up. I'm a morning person. I love getting up early.
I don't. I don't want to. I don't like being forced to get up early. But if I wake up early, I'll get up early.
The dark side of John Wayne.
Yeah.
He's a good looking guy though. Come on. Come on.
I mean, okay. I'm not gonna. I mean, yeah, he's a handsome gentleman.
So I'm straight. Obviously, I'm straight. I have a wife. I have a kid. But I enjoy looking at good looking men. You know what I mean? Like, come on, if you see a guy like, hey,
you can appreciate
good looking man.
You can appreciate a handsome man.
I can appreciate a good beard. I can appreciate, yeah. No, I mean, you got to compliment a guy if they're looking good.
Or if they you can appreciate a handsome man.
Yes, that's. I mean, I should have said that. I should have said it in that way.
Yeah, you went the long way.
I went the long way around.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of shit going on with John Wayne.
He died when he was 50?
I think he had cancer or something.
Probably lung cancer. I always heard that he smoked so many cigarettes. But didn't he go out? He was like in the army, but they wouldn't let him go overseas because of the movies he made.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, the dark side. His dark side was hidden from the general public.
Yeah.
Until a Playboy interview from 1971 resurfaced in 2019. Thanks to the wonderful power of the internet, in the interview, Wayne lays out a side of him that many didn't know exist. The dark. Okay.
So this is like a recent development.
Yeah. 2019. Wayne gives the world a look into the darker. Okay, you keep saying that. Essentially, American hero. Wait for it. A racist. Wayne blatantly says, "I believe in white supremacy."
I mean, that's just pure racism.
Yeah, dude. Okay, let's just leave this out there. Racism is not good. Hating other people just because of the color of skin, not good.
But you're a John Wayne fan.
But so does that make me a racist? Fuck.
No, I just think you appreciate his acting.
Yeah, I appreciate his acting, not
what
he is as a man.
We are aware that he's a bad person.
Is that the only thing he's?
Maybe the abuse was not correct. I thought it was.
A fact of life. Wayne also states that we shouldn't see black people in positions of leadership and call slavery a fact of life. This is 1971. So let's think. So back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, a lot of riots were going on, a lot of race stuff was going on. So you had like a lot of white men like this.
Oh, a lot of racists.
I'm not trying to take their side, but like
that's a common viewpoint.
Yes,
that's a common viewpoint. It's wrong.
It's very wrong.
But that's a common viewpoint for the time. Still wrong.
You know where he got it from? Most likely, his dad or his parents.
Well, do you think he passed that down to his kids?
I bet you that's all he talked about around his kids.
Probably. Cowboys, great movie.
Yeah. Either way.
So then what? How do we get on that? How do we get on to?
This is all.
We start talking about
one question. This whole hour from one question.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know. Where were you getting at?
Like how do we get there? I want to get back to how we were getting there. How do we get on the cow? How do we get on John Wayne? Oh, Jeremiah. Have you seen Jeremiah Johnson with Robert Redford?
Jeremiah Johnson.
Jeremiah Johnson. He's like a mountaineer. He's like a mountain man. Great movie. Super slow, super long, but for some reason I loved it as a
Old
kid.
movies.
For some reason I loved it as a kid. I couldn't tell you why, but I loved it as a kid. Like my favorite movie of all time growing up was Red Dawn, from the 1984 version of Red Dawn. The OG Red Dawn.
I didn't know Red Dawn was a thing until
the remake.
The remake.
Which
also, what's the guy's name? Man, I can look it up right now.
Josh Beck.
Yes.
He was just an Oppenheimer.
Was he really? I need to see that movie. What is it? Should I watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would you not? Oh my god, dude. What is happening?
Go for it.
Why would you not watch Oppenheimer? Oh, look at this.
Well, I didn't go out to see the movie. Is it on?
I don't know. I saw it in theaters.
Yeah. Is it on HBO?
I don't think it's on anything yet. You know what comes out this weekend, though?
What?
Killers of the Flower Moon.
What is that?
I have the book right here. So this is by the guy. Did you listen to Lost City of Z, right?
Yeah.
Same guy wrote this. And now there's a movie. Martin Scorsese is directing it with Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro in it. Big time movie. It's like 3.5 hours long.
Really?
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow.
Oh, also, so I love Josh Peck. I love the show he was in with the other guy.
Drake and Josh?
Yes, Drake and Josh. Great guys, great show. He has a weird running form, and that's where I saw his weird running form in Red Dawn, and it kind of pissed me off.
Oh, you know Drake?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Kind of a sexual predator.
Oh, of course.
He moved down to Mexico because he was like facing charges on like child
Don't
yeah.
say it.
No, yeah. He has he lives in Mexico and he sings songs in Spanish.
What's his name again? I'll just go.
Drake Bell.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's all in the mic. I'm so sorry. Yeah, like he was like had sex with like a 13-year-old or something, or was trying to, something like that.
Kind of pisses me off.
I mean, it's everybody. You can't like anybody anymore. You can't like anybody famous anymore.
Now it's just like, what do you do? Like, what do you do behind the scenes? And that makes me mad. Pisses me off because obviously someone's not holding them in check. At some point, when you get that much money, I don't think anyone's holding you in check.
Well, do you have to be held in check to not try to fuck a 13-year-old?
What do you mean?
Like, does somebody have to be like, hey, Justin, don't fuck a 13-year-old?
I bet you it's one of those things where like, oh, he knows. He knows not to. But then he ends up being a child predator. Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. But nobody has to tell me, hey, Parker, don't fuck a 13-year-old. I just inherently know that.
Yeah.
Like, why does somebody have, just because he's rich, somebody's got to tell him don't fuck 13-year-olds?
I fucking guess.
Yeah, this one's
like, hey, this famous actor's here to see you, little Bella. At some point, the father has to see that, right?
Well, I mean, it's just like, kids, I mean, it's just stuff like that happens all the time. It's just kids, like, it's the internet. You're just talking to people over the internet, and then you're meeting up with them. They don't know. Parents don't always know what their kids are doing.
That makes me nervous.
Did your parents always know what you were doing?
No.
Okay, there you go.
That makes me nervous.
Yeah.
It's going to get even worse.
Yeah, because the internet. It's just all the internet. You gotta, I mean, now like all these kids are growing up as like iPad kids. Gotta steer clear of the iPad kids.
I don't.
You guys do iPad?
We don't have an iPad, and we try not
to
have our phones around him.
Yeah.
And we only watch TV only when I need to like do some laundry or clean the dishes real quick.
Yeah.
Keep him distracted.
Yeah.
From killing himself.
Right.
From just doing some weird.
So essentially, Killers of the Flower Moon is like, the Osage Native Americans found oil on their land, and then a bunch of white men started coming in and like marrying the women, and then just killing all of them. So there's like this kind of like the start of
Oh,
the start of the FBI. Um,
what's the movie again?
it's Killers of the Flower Moon, and this is the guy that wrote Lost City of Z. So it's the same guy.
Mm.
So that's what that one's about. I need to read that. I haven't read it yet.
Oh, you know who else is, from what I've heard, not a good. I don't. I'm not gonna say not a good person,
Don't say Leo.
but Leo.
He just dates.
He just. I want not younger, under 18, but
No,
like
he
I heard, like he
dates
dates
like
18.
early 20s.
Yeah,
Like he does early 20s, and he's like well into his 40s.
which I mean, that's okay. I guess
Legally it's okay. Morally it's a little
off.
Yeah, it's a little questionable.
I feel like, I mean, yes, it gets to a certain point where they are over 18,
Yeah,
but you got to
But
remember,
he's so
you
much-
are over 40.
he's so much older than them.
I think when you hit 30, don't even look at 18. Like,
Eight. I mean, I'm obviously we're in relationships, but
yes.
I'm 25. I wouldn't date an 18-year-old.
I'd feel weird if I feel weird if I like talk to an 18-year-old sometimes, but I got to realize, like, hey, it's like,
I mean, that's part of my job, like
Yeah.
talking to like college age kids.
yeah,
But like, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't date an 18-year-old. That'd just be weird. Like, they're so like.
the culture differences and the mindset differences
Yes.
is astounding.
Yes.
It's crazy, and like
They're children.
they are learning and what you have learned.
Yeah. No, they're like when you're around
That is taking
18-year-olds like all the time, and you're like you just realize like they're children, like they're kids.
They're kids.
Like they have no clue.
Yeah. So
Like you feel super. Like when we were 18, like I felt super old.
yeah, but
Like I was like, oh, like I'm an adult. Like no, like you're a fucking kid.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Their perspective on shit is insane.
yeah, and like working at a fast food restaurant, I worked with some like 16.
Yeah.
There's one like 13, 14 or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just insane. The
Is that
men-
legal? You have a 13 or 14-year-old working at like a.
I think we had a 15. She was either 14 or 15, but you have limited hours.
Okay.
And then for every, I can't remember, but for every 2 hours, 1 hour, or it might be every 3 hours, you get like a 15-minute break.
Okay, they have to have like a certain amount of breaks.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's along those lines.
I mean, imagine like how like immature. Like, well, I guess maybe she has a job. Like, was she more mature than?
She was like a quiet, more mature kind of type, but
Yeah,
obviously
like a child.
kid.
Yeah, like that's a full-on child.
Quiet kid type.
I mean, I'm around some 18-year-olds, man, that are just
talk.
like. I mean, they just talk to talk.
And no filter, and like they don't care about your feelings.
They just say whatever.
Yeah,
They say some wild shit. Man.
yeah.
Like some shit that I'm just like, that came out of your mouth.
Yeah.
It's wild.
No. So we see this, we talk about this, we hear this, and we see all these things about these kids, and we see what they're going through as a culture.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think our kids, by the time they get to 18 years, 20 years from now, do you think it'll kind of go back to where we were, or do you think it's been long enough to where they go back to like the 1940s, like it just restarts, where like they love their country, they are working out every day, healthy?
No.
Do you think it's ever going to go back to that?
I mean, that's
what if there's a world war?
That's per family.
Yeah.
I mean, there's kids like that now.
All goes back to the parents.
Yeah, it's just how you raise your kids.
It all goes back to the parents, and then I hate it because like a lot of these parents don't focus on their kids, and they don't want to spend time with their kids, which that makes their kid
a shithead.
Yeah, and then they, on the other end, complain about their kid being a shithead.
Yeah,
when in return you're a shithead.
You just got parent them better.
Yeah, but then also at the end of the day, like you said, we can't control it. And that's what gets me kind of going crazy. I feel like,
well, when your kids are young and you have like full control over what they do,
you're gonna have problems.
Well, like when your kids are young and you have like full control over your child, like as a parent, like because they can't drive anywhere, they don't have a phone. Like that's when you really gotta like instill all of that stuff into your child.
Yeah.
So that way, when they do have like more autonomy and can make decisions and can drive places and like have access to the internet, like have a phone, they
Mm-hmm.
make the right choices.
And you gotta tell them everything. You can't just kind of side step around
They gotta know.
certain things. You have to just be blatantly like, hey, you probably could get robbed, so you might want to keep your eyes
Well,
open.
it's like you gotta like, you gotta teach them things because they're gonna find shit out.
Yes,
Like
I mean
if
yes.
you don't teach them something, like if you don't teach
The
them
world
something,
is gonna
they're gonna find
yeah
out like at school on the internet. Like they're gonna find the shit out, and they
yeah
might find out like the wrong stuff.
yes
Like
or get into the wrong stuff, but you can try to help them,
yeah, so you just gotta point. You gotta like, it's hard.
help direct them,
It's hard.
and it's hard, especially nowadays when you're trying to make more money, or when you're trying to make a better life, or when you're just busy all day working two
Busy.
jobs.
You're busy. Other people
The
see your kids
last
more than you do.
yes, which
That's the scary part too.
uh, yeah,
Like when your kid like gets into school
public school.
and
There's
they're at school for like 8 hours a day. Like somebody else is seeing your kid more than you.
I kind of want to homeschool. Like not kind of, but I kind of really want to homeschool.
Not kind of, but like I kind of really
Yeah.
want to.
But like if we can get in that position, I I would love if it gets to the point where I have to stay home and she like finds a great job,
Yeah,
I'd be willing to do it. Like
yeah.
that's the point I would be
That
willing to do homeschool.
It's so brave of you, staying home with the
Yeah.
kid.
I mean, I've already technically done it
Yeah,
for a little
yeah,
while
I'd
now.
love to be a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be a
Dude,
stay-at-home
yeah,
dad?
you get home from a long day of work, I'll massage your feet. House is clean, food's cooked. I'll feed you, kind of thing. Like I'll be here for you.
I'd probably be a really bad stay-at-home dad.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, that'd be perfect. I mean, I
God
already is.
damn it, man. It's bad. What's going on?
I gotta see this movie, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah,
Cool name too. Great name.
it comes out tomorrow.
In the movie theaters?
Yeah.
Dude, I just can't. I can't go to the movie theaters. If I know later on, I could probably get it for free. Just watching it on
It's
a
about the
streaming
experience.
service. Yeah, but it's not
Like I'm probably gonna go see
in
it.
my priorities right now. Yeah.
God damn, man.
Are you watching it here in town?
Yeah.
Where do you go? At the smaller? No.
No, the one over
Near the
by
bigger
by the
part
Burger
of town.
King.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's like $12 a ticket.
Yeah. I mean, we've been there a couple times, but
I mean, I went and saw Barbie and Oppenheimer.
yeah.
Like I might go see that. I might go see this one like soon.
Yeah.
Because Courtney's not gonna go with me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 3.5 hour like
Oh, really?
history movie. Yeah, she's not gonna want to see that.
I enjoy history movies.
I went. I mean, if you want to go, we can go. It's up to you. I mean, I went and saw Oppenheimer with Dalton.
Yeah. It's just time, man. Like
Yeah,
we've
no,
already
it's gonna be
talked
like
about this,
it's gonna be like a 4 hour trip.
but that's 4 hours where I could have helped my wife with something. You know what I mean? That's my way of thinking right now. It's like I need to help her out, and if I
Well, you don't think you deserve a little bit of fun?
I mean, yes and no. You know, because I've gotten to the point. So I've listened to David Goggins' book, and he always don't shake your head like that.
No, I mean,
Don't-
hey,
He talks about always grind, always. Life is not sunshine and roses.
yeah, but I mean,
Not
you gotta
gold petals
rose petals.
and
But you gotta stop. You gotta stop and smell the roses every now and then. You gotta enjoy life. You can't just work yourself to death. And what's the point?
I mean, then what?
What do you work so hard for if it's not to enjoy it?
I don't know. I mean, he's always working, but so
Then what's he gonna have?
Life is a grind.
What's he gonna have?
Huh?
what's he gonna have at the end of the day?
A lot of accomplishments. He's gonna have a
So,
lot of accomplishments. I mean,
so
yeah. So I think I've studied the man, right? So he has a lot of accomplishments. He's a great, crazy dude. Never stops.
does he have kids?
I don't think he has. So I don't think he has any kids, and he hasn't held a marriage, and he hasn't held a relationship for longer than so many years.
Keep
So
going.
he's
I'm
missing
listening.
something.
He's missing something.
So it's obviously. So I talked to my dad about this, and he's a pretty wise guy. He
I'm listening.
so it's all priorities, right? So
Yeah,
obviously his family, or so when I say family, him and his spouse or whatever
significant
life
other.
partner,
No,
significant partner at the time, his partner isn't in his priorities. Like for me, it's gotta go faith, family, uh, friends, like works last. Like no matter what, it's faith, family, and friends. So
yeah,
always my faith first, and then always my family first. So that's either my wife, that's either my kid, that's immediate family, whatever, then friends. So like I have to go in that priority, then work. And keeping those priorities, I think, is good for life.
yeah.
And I think he keeps himself in front of like a lot of those priorities, so like he doesn't have those relationships really
It comes
well.
off like slightly narcissistic.
Very narcissistic. That's
Yeah,
what my dad was telling me. He's really narcissistic because at the end of the day, yes, you got all these accomplishments, but you don't have a kid to spend that time with,
like
or
what's it for?
to celebrate with, or a wife to
Is
celebrate
he, he's
your life with.
gonna? What does he have? I mean, now everybody just wants to be around because he's famous.
Yeah, and he works
Like
hard. He's an influencer, wordwhatever.
he's gonna die alone with all his accomplishments. Nobody who gives a shit.
Also, he had a really bad upbringing, so maybe he doesn't want kids, but he's a better man, so maybe he should have kids to show. I don't
I mean,
know.
kids aren't for everybody. I'm not saying that's all. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
no, I agree. I
But
agree.
it's just like
Kids aren't for everyone.
at a certain point, it's like,
Yeah, what's life?
what is it?
What's life if you're just working yourself to the ground?
What? You know, Skittle.
Yeah, it's a Skittle.
You know, some Skittles.
I love that little.
Little ramekin.
Yeah,
That was a Christmas present.
yeah,
I got like 6 of them.
yeah.
Yeah, no, they're perfect size. Um, like, what's the point?
There's really no point to experience life by yourself. Like the nomad land. I have to do it with someone else.
I mean, some people do like. I mean, it's like I can't live like this. Like, what am I doing? This is terrible.
You have nasal spray.
I used it and it didn't help at all. I need like a decongestant. I mean, this is horrible. I can't
Yeah,
even talk.
I mean, you can go to. I don't know. Walmart closes, but you can get something for Walmart and buy
Like some Mucinex.
of some sort, or like you said, decongestant.
You know,
That's
fuck
what we
me.
call it.
I mean, that's terrible.
Do some push-ups. Open up your airways.
It's like some smelling salts. But basically, it's like to me, it's like I don't live to work. Like I work to live.
Yes, because of the state we're in. Yeah,
Like, I mean,
because you have to work to live. I'm sorry. Keep going.
yeah, no. Right, but my life isn't like work.
Mm-hmm.
Even though sometimes that line gets blurred
Mm-hmm.
because I work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But like Courtney and I work a lot. But like,
It's kind of what your job entails.
it's a very time consuming job. That's why a lot of I think I've said I'm the coach before on here, right? I think
We had a
so.
whole conversation about
Okay. A lot of coaches can't hold down like marriages.
Yeah, because they probably choose their kids, their work, not their kids, but like their
They're players.
players.
Like they choose the job over their family because it's a lot of travel, it's a lot of hours, just a lot of work.
See, that's where your priorities come in. So you always have to go
Mm-hmm.
back to your priorities.
Yeah.
Like I've heard, I read a so I've read a lot of like personal but motivation kind of books, a lot of personal personal
Motivation. Yeah.
motivation podcasts and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot from people like David Goggins or people like a lot of Navy SEAL kind of guys. But like
Mm-hmm.
in the military, they have ethos for like your ethics
Mm-hmm.
for each military,
Yeah.
like army, whatever. But like you also got to have it for yourself, like
Yeah.
as in priorities, as in everything you do in life. So every big decision you make, it has to go through your priorities or through your ethos. Like I've heard one guy say, I say it every morning and I say it every night to remind myself
Yeah.
of the day and what I am here for
Yeah.
and what I want to live by. I kind of forgot where I was going with this, but like I think you need it as a human being, especially as a man.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be a good man, you have to have a good set of ethos, a good set of good ethics, not bad
Mm-hmm.
ethics. You
Mm-hmm.
can't be racist. You can't be stealing or trying to do it with 13-year-old kids. You can't
Yeah.
let money take over your priorities, take over your ethics. You know,
Well, I agree. I mean, the money thing gets a little interesting though.
because that
It's like you
really,
have to have money to live.
yeah, it's you have to balance it, which is what
You have to have
I'm.
work life balance.
Yeah,
But in the job that like I'm in, Courtney's in, your wife's in, like
mm-hmm.
it's hard,
Very time consuming,
very time consuming.
and it is consuming my
Well,
life
and
right
work
now.
work life balance is not the priority in that job. You get made fun of for like you get looked down on for having like a work life balance.
Yeah,
Like if you're like oh that guy doesn't work on Saturdays. It's like oh what a loser.
yeah, and yeah,
Like that
that
guy's not up here. That guy's not up here in the morning. That guy's not staying late.
yeah, that's how it is at the grocery store. Like
Mm-hmm.
they get pissed. They
Mm-hmm.
get pissed off of you if you take a week off for vacation to
Mm-hmm.
hang out with your family,
Yeah.
or if they get pissed at you for like a week ahead of time, wanting to go see
Yeah.
some family.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, sorry, it was too late, but like I need to do this
No. Yeah. It's just
because work is their life. Yeah,
yeah.
I see what you're
That's what
saying.
it is. It's like that's all they care about is work.
And
They're in coaching. It's just like there's no balance.
yeah,
It's you're a coach. That's what you do.
yeah.
So it's like if you try to bring a balance to it, you get like ridiculed. Like oh
Mm.
that guy's not working.
Do you think it's because they're jealous? They're
It's
jealous
just
that
it's a
you
lot
can
of it.
shut that
No,
off.
it's just a lot of egos.
I think it's egos, and I think it's a little bit of jealousy because
Maybe,
I think they do want
but
that.
it's toxic. I mean, it is
Right.
like I'm like we're in a good spot. Like there's not a lot of toxicness,
Yeah.
toxicity,
Yeah.
like where we're at. But like other places, it's like because coaches are athletes. They were athletes at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Like so they're
You gotta work
competitive.
hard. You
They're
gotta always do
competitive.
extra.
So it's like everybody's competitive. So it's like they take that competitiveness as an athlete and put it into coaching and working, and that's how they get like their fix, right?
Yeah,
And so it's like when you see somebody not doing it, it's like, oh, that guy's fucking soft.
because that's what they did in
He's not put,
college.
yeah,
That's what they did in
he's
high
not putting
school.
the hours in. He's not putting the work in.
Oh man, because they haven't had that. They haven't made the decision to disconnect.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, and I get caught up in it too because I'm like, because I work hard. I work fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like I travel a lot. Like I'm up there early. I stay late. I work on the weekends. Like I do a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot of time to myself. Like out of the last like 2 weeks, I was gone for like, so let's do like
What do we at time wise?
we're in a while. We're probably at like an hour and a half. Yeah, you want to keep rolling?
What is that?
120.
121.
You want to keep rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do like 130 or something?
We can go as long as you want.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, we can keep going.
I mean, I'm good to keep rolling.
Yeah.
But What was I saying? Yeah, so like out of like the last like 2 weeks, I was on the road for like 8 days. Like that's a lot. Like I was gone, like, and then get back immediately, start working again, working on the weekends. Like I mean, it's one of those jobs. And so then like when other people aren't working hard, I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
But it's also just like you just gotta balance it. But it's just one of those things where it's like it's basically like running like a college athletics program is basically like running your own business.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like if you don't put the hours in, you're not going to see any return on that with like success in your sport.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it is. So it's like you got to put the hours in if you want to be successful. And you can't just limp through and just expect to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where it comes from, I think.
You're obviously salary.
Yeah.
So
You don't get anything extra. You don't get any extra. You
so
don't
the incentive is just you.
just success.
Yeah. In hopes that you get a better job, in hopes that you get more of a
Potentially. Yeah,
job.
or it's just the success in general.
Or yeah.
But that's also like kind of
But
narcissistic a little bit.
That's very narcissistic.
So, but is it? But then there's a thing. Then you could kind of say, as a coach, you're not in it for the personal success.
I'm in it for the players.
You do it. You do the work so that the players are successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do work so the players are successful, so the program's successful. So you could have it. Some coaches are very much like, I want to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like they want the personal accolades. They want to be, but some coaches are in it because they want players to win. They want the program to be successful.
Yeah.
Very selfless about it. You get a mix of both.
Yeah, but then what if you're losing? You're on your third marriage. You're on your second round of kids with a different spouse. At what point can you keep saying, "Oh, I'm doing it for the kids," when you're not even looking at your own?
Well, I think if you, I bet life. If you look at it and you go side by side comparison, the coaches that are doing it for like the right reasons, for like the players and the program, are much more successful outside of the job. Mm-hmm. Where the coaches that do it for them are not successful outside of the job, like in their marriage, with their children, just in life in general, friends. Like, I bet if you do a side by side comparison, you would see a big difference.
I'm not gonna say everyone, but I'm gonna say for like that example specifically, I would say like 90%, like that have a really good team.
Yeah.
Don't have a good family life, but I want to say like 10% can have that both if you really measure it both.
I wonder what that percentage is. I wonder what the split is.
Something good to look into, because I think that would be something that you would, as an athletic staff, would have to tell your staff. Like if I was an athletic director, I'd be like, hey, like look, listen, like I get it. You want to stay some extra hours. You want to have your team practice late at night, because you can't get in.
But the balance helps.
But you have to balance it out.
The balance helps.
Because if you're going too hard and you're pushing your athletes too hard,
there's a certain point where you hit a peak. Like you're like, okay, we're working hard. You know, we're getting up early, staying up late, working hard. At a certain point, you're going to reach a point where you start going downhill. Like it's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Like you're overdoing it. You're going to get hurt. You're mentally be fatigued, emotionally fatigued. Like at a certain point, you're overdoing it. There's you have to have the balance.
Yeah.
Like, and so I don't coaches, which I mean, I probably go through this. I'm bad at finding the balance. Like sometimes we underwork. Yeah. So I'm trying to make sure we're balanced.
Yeah. Well, also as a college coach, you got to think, hey, like these kids also need their education, because a lot of these kids, none of them is going to go pro. You know what I mean?
Like 0.001%. We're at a level where very few kids are going to go on to play past college.
Yeah, so you got to know.
So you got to know, like, so they need their education, but then
they're also there for fun. Like literally at the end of the day.
So there's different factors to take into account there for sure. Like you got to make sure that they're doing well in school, because that's what's going to carry them through life.
Yeah.
But then you also got to make sure like but this is their last kind of go.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna do it, like in my
You
mind,
gotta go for
let's
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Like don't
Go all in.
don't fuck around. Like this is it.
Yeah.
Because then you're done.
Yeah.
So make sure you're doing what you got to do in school, but then also make sure you're taking care of shit. We gonna answer a phone call on the
Yeah. Who's it?
Courtney.
Oh.
Hey, we're filming a podcast. Okay. No, I'll call. Can I call you when we're done?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. Do we have? Have you checked the email? Do we have any emails?
No, we didn't have any emails.
We don't have any emails.
I'll check again, but we didn't have any emails because I was looking before this.
That's
to
disappointing.
get into my notes.
Did we ever post like on Twitter or Instagram or anything?
No, that's one thing I kind of wanted to.
You want to do that after this?
Yeah.
Do you have time to do that?
I should, yeah.
Okay.
I just like on my computer wise, I have everything logged in, but I need to log into it on my phone.
You think? You can do Twitter on the computer really well.
Yeah, but
Instagram's the one you got to do on your phone.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the pictures and stuff, putting it onto my computer, and that whole thing. I need to take my time out of my day to like really get used to it.
Well, on Twitter, if you just post the link for the video, it should pull up the thumbnail for the video, so you don't have to post any pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But Instagram, I would do it on your phone.
It'll be easier on the phone.
Yeah, right? Instagram's easier on the phone. TikTok's gonna be easier on the phone because you have the video saved on your phone.
Yeah, we didn't get anything.
Nothing.
Out of our 7 views.
Yeah, we have 7 views
on the first one.
How many subscribers do we have? 5 still?
Last time I checked, it was 5.
Okay, we're getting there. More than 0.
Yeah, 7 is more than I thought. Even though 2 are you and me.
Yeah,
and then one is my wife.
Some of my players have watched it.
Yeah,
so
that's more than I thought.
I just want to know if somebody outside of our immediate circle has watched it.
I guess we can look and see who.
Can you look and see who's watched it?
That's what I'm looking at right now to see if I can find anyone. But like, oh, hold up, 6 subscribers.
6 subscribers.
Oh,
whoa!
No comments though. No one wants to leave a comment.
I mean, I've gotten comments,
face to face.
Face to face.
Yeah, I mean, we have 27 views on that one short, but
really,
I did name that short Marvel movies, so that's where we got the views.
That's clickbait.
I mean, this next naming of the video, I think I want to have your help because I want to have that kind of clickbait.
You want it to be clickbaity?
In a sense, yes.
You don't just want to call it the STEW episode?
We can if you want.
Do you want to do that?
But like, what if people obviously stumble on.
So we can do
thumbnail.
So we can do it could be like the STEW episode 1, and then have like a sub tag.
Yeah.
So it'd be like so the first one be like, can we go back and rename them?
Yeah, I can.
So can we go
the first one's what is sparkling water?
So can it go the STEW episode 0? What is sparkling water?
Yeah.
Then what'd you name episode 1?
Best drink of all time.
So what if we go the STEW episode 1 best drink of all time?
We could do that.
And then I don't know what we talked about in the last episode. But
that's when we actually talked about sparkling water. We just had and brought out the sparkling water. The first one.
Well, no, but then then the next one we have backlog that's going to get posted before the one we're recording right now. What did we talk about in that one?
I was looking at it before this.
So we can do the STEW episode 2 AI or whatever.
Yeah, I think we got into a little bit of AI, and I think we got into a little bit of banking. I think that's when we got into a little bit of banking, and that's when we started with my dog pooping on the carpet.
So we could say the STEW episode 2
You ever had dog shit on your carpet?
Poop on carpet, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like the stew episode and
Yeah.
then subtag of what we. I think we should do it that way.
Yeah, that'd be better.
We're getting there. I think once you start posting on social media and get a following on social media, that would be interesting.
Yeah, once I get the stuff set up for the other social medias, it'd be a lot easier.
Well, and then now, so I'm done traveling. Our fall schedule's over, so I'm gonna have a lot more time, so I can always work on some of this stuff too.
Yeah, that'd be nice to
Yeah, because it's just been you.
get both of us going.
Yeah, it's just been you. You've been doing a good job though. So, but after this, we do need to. So we need to rename those episodes. We need to post the links on Twitter for episode 0 and episode 1, and then we need to make a post on Instagram for episode 0 and episode 1.
Yeah. Do you wanna do that now? Like we just cut this out. Not cut it out, but like.
Well, this could be
Just
playing
like it.
over the. We could put this where it's playing over the outro card.
Yeah, so we just have it right now. Or not.
Or are we still talking? We
Or
could
we
talk.
keep going?
We could talk over the out. Like so, this right now, the outro card could be up in the video, and this is just still playing.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Let's do that.
Okay.
Right.
So we're cutting it.
Yeah, because we got a little bit of work to do. We got what?
Yeah, I mean we got it.
15?
It's 11.
Yeah, let's call it.
Are you gonna be able to record another one next week?
What's next week? Yeah, I mean I should be able to do every week.
Okay. Do we want to try to shoot for like a fucking 3-hour one?
Yeah.
That's double